Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. Frazee Family Foods. What a hometown grocery store should be. Friendly staff, family-owned, and a wide variety of groceries to fulfill your needs. The City of Frazee and Frazee Event Center, featuring a 5,000 square foot room, a built-in stage, and a full-service bar. Perfect for a multitude of events. Call or click to book your event.
Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee, and I'm your host, Hank Ludtke. And we're here in Frazee City office with the new Frazee City Administrator, Jordin Roberts. Hi, Jordin.
Hello.
Welcome to Frazee and TV3 area.
Thank you.
You know, it's not often that we get such a young person, you know, in there. Here, we've had Denise for 6 years. Before that, we've had 2 young people that also did a great job here. And so we're looking forward to working with you. Now, how did you end up in Frazee?
So I am actually originally from New York Mills, born and raised in the area, and after being up in Grand Forks for 4 years and then out in Bismarck for a year, I always wanted to come back to the area, come back and be by my family, by my parents and cousins. And when I saw the job opportunity, I was like, oh, this would be great to get me back to the area. So I applied and it happened. And
here you are.
And here I am. Now I'm back with family and back on my home area. And,
well, and you went to school for business administration and criminal justice, right?
Yes. So when I was up at UND, I actually began with a bachelor's degree in political science, and then I added on a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and then I added on a master's degree in public administration. So in 5 years of schooling total, I went and got 3 degrees.
That's very good. That's a really good time frame. That's a lot of work.
Yes, a lot of work, a lot of time got put into it. I was doing 18 credit semesters and a lot heavy workload. And then I was also working at Cabela's the full 3.5 years I was up at UND, and then
So at Cabela's, what did you do at Cabela's?
When I was at Cabela's, I was kind of one of the do everything type of people. So I began as a cashier, and then I moved and I was helping out with customer service, and then I was helping out with clothing, and then I was helping out with footwear, and then I moved to the Cabela's Club MasterCard, where I was helping sign people up for the credit card, helping them solve problems when their credit card wasn't balancing properly, or they were getting fees, or when things weren't working, I was there to try to help solve it. And then I worked in the warehouse a little bit, and it was kind of whenever we were short somewhere, they were like, call up Jordin, you want to help, we want to cover this department today, and jack of all trades.
well, that's this job too.
Yeah.
You know, you're all over the place because there's so much different things, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a great year, you know, and I'm glad you're starting this time of the year because then we've got the whole summer to go through here, and we don't have to worry about a bunch of bad weather while we're doing things. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of projects in Frazee, and like you said, you just met with Tom Pace from MnDOT.
Yes, so I spent the afternoon driving around town with him, discussing the Highway 87 project and what all the sidewalks are going to look like and where we're going to be putting planters and all the little details. I'm kind of coming in right as a lot of these projects are coming to a head, and we're starting to break ground and get started on all of these. So I'm excited to catch up and get to speed on all the details and start working.
Yeah, heard all this stuff to fruition, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is a job just to try to get everything. You can bring these things up and then try to get them going, but to actually see stuff come through makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So
it's nice to see the final product and see it going through the process of getting there.
So now, are you staying down with your parents then?
Yep. So right now I am back in Mills, about 10 miles-ish north of Mills, back in my old bedroom. This is just a temporary thing. We'll see how long it lasts. My significant other is still out in Bismarck. We have a house out there, so we're kind of commuting, figuring that out. We'll see where his job takes him, and potentially buy a house, potentially build a house. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a to be determined type of a situation.
We'll have to find him a job in Frazee.
There we go.
Well, Jordin, I really appreciate you being on the program,
No problem.
and bless you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to get started.
Yeah. So, if you come by Frazee, and you have a question or something, stop by the office and see Jordin or Nancy, our clerk, our assistant clerk here, deputy clerk, but come to Frazee. And we'll be right back with another segment of Spotlight on Frazee. Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludtke, and I'm down here at the Frazee VFW post 7702.
That is, yeah.
With the commander, Paul Lincoln. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And, since you're new to me, this is the first time I've ever met you. And, but welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you being commander down here. And, this time of year, we always try to stop by the VFW because Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Remembering the ones that never made it. And, so what branch of the service were you in?
Well, I was in the Army National Guard from 1980 to 2007. So I was lucky enough to actually have a nice long career and serve. And again, it was all, a big part of that I owe to my family, allowing me to do that part-time.
And it is hard. It interferes a lot with family functions.
But it wasn't, and to me, the whole thing was just, with the service thing, it's to give, and I think a lot of the soldiers feel that way too.
They do. We've got a lot of good people around here that put in a lot of time over the years.
Yeah.
So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And of course, it's Memorial Day week. And so what events are happening Monday?
Oh, okay. So we have this ride, and it started out just a simple little ceremony to honor the dead, the ones that sacrificed it all. And so this is what we have organized, and it's open to the public. We have the involvement. We're going to start out, I'll just kind of go through the list. So and our time hacks are tentative, so there's going to be a little leeway there, so it's not like, so if somebody shows up a certain time, don't get too bent out of shape if we're not there yet. But the one solid time hack is at 0900 on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. We're going to have our first ceremony out there at Lakeside Cemetery. We're actually going to have, and I'm excited about this, we're going to have the Frazee High School band out there.
That'll be
playing
great.
Some music. Oh yes, yeah. So I was pretty fired up when the band director said he wants to be involved in. But I guess that you guys have been doing this for a few years, and normally it sounds like they used to do it out back here, and then have like a little parade on the front afterwards. But right now we're just kind of starting maybe a new way, but who knows? Once this COVID thing gets over and we can go back to total normalcy. So after our ceremony at the Lakeside Cemetery, we're going to head out to Wolf Lake. So Wolf Lake, and they've actually I've met a few members there, and again they're a great group of guys.
Yes.
And so we're going to head down there at 11 o'clock and do the same ceremony, honoring their veterans down there at their cemetery. And then our next thing is 12:30. We're going to have another ceremony at the Burgess City Cemetery, and so right outside on Highway 4 there.
Yes.
And then what we're going to do is go down to it's called Ring Soccer Cemetery in Pelican.
Pelican Rapids.
And what's special about that place is that there's a soldier that was killed in action during Iraq, and I had actually served with him in Bosnia, Josh Hansen, and his family's going to be there to greet us and just be part of the celebration. And so once we finish there, we're going to come back here and go do another ceremony out at the Catholic Cemetery out here for Greg Reaver.
Yes.
You guys are very familiar with Greg, and I actually had the honor of serving with him too in Bosnia. He's a great soldier.
Yeah.
And then after that, just come back here and just have a little celebration.
Well, it sounds good. You guys are going to be busy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's open to the public, and if you want to ride there, it sounds like we have a few motorcycle riders coming along, and I'm actually going to be driving my car, not my motorcycle, to carry the flags and the guns. And there are a few vets that don't ride, some of the older ones that I'll be helping transport down there too. So.
Well, that sounds great, Paul, and I appreciate you being on the program and letting people know what's going to be happening. So, with that, we're going to close the program. So remember, help celebrate Memorial Day. Attend these services.
And can I actually say one last thing?
Yes, you can.
It's just ever since I became the commander last June, this community has been so huge with supporting this club. It's kind of taken me beside myself how much they love this place and they like to come here and have the camaraderie. And so I just would like to say thank you so much to the community and the regular supporters. When we've had fundraisers or events here that Annie puts on, it's incredible.
It is.
It's just, and again, if it wasn't for that, we'd definitely be in trouble. So thank you to the community for doing that. And also too, if you're not like me, where I'm kind of like the Fred Flintstone of technology.
Yeah.
If you get on the Facebook, Annie keeps it up to date with all the events that she plans here, and so.
Yeah, there's always something happening here in Frazee and at the club. So
yes, thank you.
Keep your eyes out. And remember, pet the dog, hug the kids, kiss the wife, and wave at the neighbor. The next person you wave at could be your next best friend. And we'll catch you next week on Spotlight on Frazee.